One thing that I believe the kids should know about liaison is that our job is so important. We connect people. We are like at the bridge. And then if you want to connect people, you have to have a good relationship with others. You have to connect with everyone. You have to have that special gift to tell people how amazing they are, but in the same way, they can connect with other people in the community.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, babies in their diapers, welcome to the Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy.
That's me, Tiberius.
And welcome to the Tiberius Show today. And I'm your host, Tiberius Boy. And as always, we're looking at various jobs and how they affect the world around us. Today's is going to be very interesting. We're going to talk to a liaison of Christ of all nations. So, do you have any idea what a liaison does? Well, neither do I, or I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right. But let's talk to this lady and find out. Let me introduce our next guest, the one, the only, the amazing Hidekel Griffin.
Gracias. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm so happy to be here, and I can't wait to see what is going to happen today.
Well, thank you for being on the show. Okay, so this is a liaison of Christ for all nations and a representative of Latino America. Now, that was a mouthful. Well, can you just explain to me exactly what you do?
Well, actually, a liaison for us is the main job is to go to around the world and connect pastor leaders of the community to our ministry. Christ for All Nations is a ministry. They do mass crusade around the world, and our main job is to share the gospel, share about Jesus, and our job is to share to the community about how we can help the community and about the love of the Lord.
So, what made you interested in becoming a liaison?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. Since I was a little girl, I had the dream one day to go around the world, share the gospel, tell the people about Jesus Christ. And one of the things that really impacted me is that God really put in my heart, you're going to around the world, you're going to do amazing things for me. And I did something that I think changed my life completely. I did something that the Bible actually say that all these amazing men of God did. They say, "Here I am, Lord, save me." And in that moment, my life completely changed. And I say, well, I'm going to go to around the world. And one of the main nations that I went was Germany. And in Germany, I did amazing things for God. I was in radio. I was doing a lot of things in the community. But when I was there, I say, something is missing. Something is missing that I had to do. And it was actually to be part of this amazing ministry that is actually celebrating 50-year anniversary called Cry for All Nations. And now I am the liaison, and that made me so happy because in that ministry I can connect with so many pastors, leaders around the world. Of course, before I was actually working with many people in media because I do a lot of stuff with media around the world and I do reporting and stuff like that. But being now the liaison, the person that connect pastors, leaders, especially in Latin America, with this ministry to share the gospel is really, really a blessing for my life.
Now, why does the average organization need a liaison?
I believe that it's so important, the average of the organization in a liaison, because without connection, you cannot go forward. You need to have a connections. You need to connect with the community. You need to connect with people, and you need to be in the between. I am like at the bridge, and then it's something that maybe people have know before or don't hear about it before. But be the bridge is so important because if the bridge is broke, then you cannot cross to the other side. So that's my job. That is my job, to be in between, to connect the community leaders, the pastors, so we can connect it with the ministry and we can do mass crusades with millions of people attending to those crusades.
So a liaison is like the go-between for two groups of people, right?
Right. Yes, and then you go between two groups of people. You attending a lot of meetings. You let them know what is the ministry, what we do in the community, what is the purpose that we want to do something in the community. And one of the main purpose that as a liaison we like to do is the communication and connections. We want to connect the community. Is no matter what denomination, we wanted them to be together, that we want to share the gospel unto the end of the earth.
So how does the representative for Latino America fit into all of this?
Well, as a representative of Latino America, it's interesting because I grew up in Germany too. So as I grew up in Germany, I met those people on the radio, on televisions, and in all those areas, and that made me the opportunity not only connect with people in Latin America, it gave me the opportunity to connect people in around the world. I've been in over 20 countries where actually I can connect, because especially in the United States, we have over 65 million people that speak Spanish only. And then interesting, without counting 18 countries in Latin America, without counting Africa, that there is some countries that speak Spanish, without counting Europe. And then especially in Germany, was a lot of population of Latinos. So it's good to be a liaison, especially that I come with a Hispanic background.
Okay, so it says here that you set up crusades. Well, can you explain what a crusade is?
So crusade is where we put all mass people, like a lot of people together in one day. Or normally we're taking 4 to 5 days in one place. And when we gathering everybody to hear the gospel, to hear about Jesus, to hear that he is real, to hear that he can save people, people receive Jesus. Not only when we do the crusades, we gathering people just because they want to hear a concert or somebody is speaking about Jesus. We're doing this too with the idea that we're gathering all the people to receive Jesus, to have discipleship after that. Because one of the things that our ministry does is that we counting how many missionaries, better say, we counting how many souls we actually won in that night or that specific service. And then right now we are more than 96 millions won for Christ from 1987. But one of the things is that after we counting those numbers, we want them to have discipleship.
Well, is the job dangerous?
Yes, this is one of the most dangerous jobs, but what joy is that we do it for Jesus. And I believe 100% that people have to have calling to do this. I can especially telling you that I went to one of the countries in Latin America, and I personally was sharing the gospel, and in that place, they did not tell me there was a danger place. They just say, you go into a place, you're going to share about Jesus. And when we were there, it was actually a place that kidnapped people. And we shared about Jesus. And one of the bad guys walked to the front, and everybody was like, "Ooh, who is coming?" But then I went directly to him. I speak to him about Jesus, because it's not only speak about Jesus, I believe it's the power of the Holy Spirit. And then the guy right there received Jesus, cried, and then later on he brought all his family to receive Jesus too. So we do changes. I know many history about things that happening in the cities, kidnapping that they want to do, but God always had put us in grace to have protection by the Lord.
So, what is one thing you think kids should know about being a liaison?
One thing that I believe the kids should know about liaison is that our job is so important. We connect people. We are like at the bridge. And then if you want to connect people, you have to have a good relationship with others. You have to connect with everyone. You have to have that special gift to tell people how amazing they are, but in the same way, they can connect with other people in the community.
Well, here seems like a good time to take a quick commercial break. Let's hear a word from our sponsors.
So you want to make an ad for your company, right?
Yeah, Tiberius, you want to help me?
Okay, so what's the name of the company?
PPWND.
PP what?
Professional Pressure Washing and Detailing.
So you like clean driveways?
Yeah, like that. We pressure wash commercial buildings and semi-truck and trailers.
So how would someone someone get a hold of you?
They can visit my site at ppwnd.com or call me at 407-900-7793.
So I just tell them to call you at 407-900-7793 or visit ppwnd.com?
Yeah, Tiberius, you got it.
Cut! That's a wrap! Just use that!
Oak Ridge Gun Range is a family-oriented shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. So find out more at oakridgegunrange.com.
And we're back here talking with Heidi Griffin, a liaison that is also a Spanish reporter.
Yes, thank you so much for allowing me to be here with you.
Okay, so I gotta hear about this. What is a Spanish reporter?
Well, everybody know that I grew up in Germany doing radio and, having the opportunity to have communication with a lot of musicians, with a lot of people in the community. And then being a Spanish reporter is that you can go to places and report what is happening in that specific area. It can be city, community, events, whatever, or etc. But one of the things that I love for being a Spanish reporter is that I can go to places that maybe other people cannot go. One of my favorite things that I love to be a Spanish reporter is that I got a call one time when I was in Germany to go to United Kingdom, to London, and to be at the Parliament House and to pray in the Parliament House and to report about that. So I had the two jobs, that not only be liaison and share about the Lord, but being reporter is that you can do all those things together in the same place. And then it was amazing that I was with a great opportunity to be with greatest people from all United Kingdom and a lot of people from the Prime Minister from different countries, and that we were allowed to to get their information and share around the world what is happening around the world in that specific area.
Okay, so Heidi, do you ever get nervous when you go to interview people?
Yes, I always get nervous, especially that my background is a Spanish background. I am not full American Spanish. I am not full American background. I am more a Spanish background. So for me, it's more like I have to think double and then to see what I'm gonna tell people. But I found some ways to do reporting that I love to allow people to express themselves, to tell me what is their point of view or tell me what they're thinking of some specific things, so I don't have to speak too much in front of them.
Okay, so what type of stories do you report on?
Actually, I report every type of story. I report family fighting too, anything that happened. I mainly report about Jesus. I report, how many salvations we have in different countries. I report about in places that we never heard the gospel. Now we can share the gospel. I report about politicians. That's lately that was one of my main points in the jobs that I do, that I was focusing specific on all the politicians, and I report about prayers. I love to pray, and that's one of my main jobs in the community too.
So are you on TV? Well, where can I see your broadcast?
We actually do Florida National News. We are more like a social media way, and you can find me in Florida National News and get more information about us. Or soon we're gonna have some different things in CFAN Latino. We are about to create a lot of good things and the ministry Cry for All Nations. And then Cry for All Nations is a ministry that really impacting around the world. We did a 50 crusade in 50 cities from Cape Town to Cairo. And when you counting all the crusade, it passed over 250 crusade around the world. So we are about to do a lot of different contents about that. And I am one of the people that are going to release those contents to the specific Spanish speaker community.
Ah, okay. So what is the hardest part about being a reporter?
I think it's asking people questions, but questions that it can change their life, I remember one of the ladies one time when I actually asked her questions about her life, and she started crying. And then I was like, oh, what am I gonna do now? I had to cry with her, or I had to, because I normally smiling, and then asking people questions, it can be really, really, really important for them, but it can be really important for my life too.
So, what should a kid listening right now do to prepare if they want to grow up and be a reporter or a liaison?
I'm gonna be honest with you, keep dreaming. I was that little girl dreaming that one day I will go and be somebody and go around the world and share the gospel and be in Germany and be around the world. And God allowed that to happen. When you put all those dreams, all your dreams in the hands of the Lord, He will guide your step. He will give you the right things to do. And it's not easy from my side, because my father was expecting me to go to other career of the different things. I went to Harvard. I was doing different things, but I was in my point to know only what God wants for me to do. And that's what he planned for me. He planned for me to be a liaison, to connect people in the community, to report what is actually happening in the community. And I telling you, all the kids, this is a really hard job to do, but only do it because God is telling you to do it.
Alright, so what is the most misunderstood part about the work that you do?
I think my more misunderstood part is that they thinking that liaison is somebody that just connect, and that's what we just talking about. Oh, that liaison just connect, but liaison go more than just connection. Liaison have to have communication with that person that you connecting with the other person. It's not you say hi, how are you doing? I want to connect you with somebody. You go more than that. You let people know what you do and who you are, and you go deeper. You want to know that who you're working with is the right person, because you don't want to mess it up.
So can you share some advice for someone wanting to become a liaison or a reporter?
So one of my advisors as a liaison is be you. Be you, let people know about you more. The people know who you are, your reality, everything that is in your heart, that you can say always the truth, that you can express your heart, that you can tell them with no shame that you love the Lord, if that's your case. But as a reporter, I can tell you that not only be you, but go more than you. So go, and if somebody want to know more about what is reporters, just go and teach them how to do reporter.
So what message do you tell children all over the world about doing the work that you do?
My message is that Jesus is our Savior, and then if he looking for you right now, can you open your door? Can you open the door of your heart right now for Him? Can you say yes to the Lord? Can you say, here I am, Lord, save me and do whatever you want to do in my life and use me for your glory? That will be my main message, because I was a child that have a dream, and I can live in that dream now.
Well, on that note, let's take a quick break to pay some bills.
The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of their dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering to trophies and awards. The cool part about Custom Designs is they can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373 and tell them that
Tiberius
sent you.
Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org.
And we are back with Heidi Griffin, a woman that does so many different things. Okay, so what was that one thing that happened in your career that you did not expect?
One thing that happened to me that I don't expect is to meet so many important people around the world. Even I have a dream that one day I'm going to meet people. Other thing is that you actually meet them. Going to presidential events, sitting at the table with prime ministers, or having a spectacular events attending. That was not my expectation, but that is something that showed me that God can go more than what you actually expecting. You're expecting one thing, you're expecting to do one specific thing, but God can do more than that.
So how do your different jobs make the world a better place?
Well, my different jobs make the world a better place, and the positions that is something that can change a lot of things, and especially that I know so many people around the world, especially that I interview already so many people around the world, attending so many events. I can connect them easily with the ministry and the company that I am, or the friends, not only with only Cry for Nation, but with a lot of my friends. They call me and they say, Heidi, what you believe about this? What do you think about this? And right away, I help them to do something better in their own jobs and their community. So yeah, definitely is something that people can learn to change all around the world.
So what have you learned about yourself that you wish that you knew earlier?
So I learned by myself, like I mentioned, to know so many important people around the world that I wish I could knew early, so I could know and prepare myself. Sometimes it's not easy for me to go in front of so many important people, and then they look at me like, wow, and then where is she from? And then the first country, where are you from? Panama. It's like it's kind of hard for me to tell them, like, I actually coming from a Latino country that is actually advanced from one point, but it's kind of hard for me to actually to say those things when it's more normally people from United States, very important and special places in United States, or UK, Australia, or any part in Europe, Latin America too.
Okay, well, if you could go back in time and give your 13-year-old self advice, what would it be?
Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming, because it's coming. Your dream is about to happen. You're about to see what you are expecting for. You're about to see that what you wanted to be one day, you're going to do it. And all those dreams that you have already in your heart is not just a simple dream. It's actually God putting that in your heart, so preparing you for something big that is going to happen in your life, and you're going to transform the cities, and you're going to be the best of the best.
So, on your off time, what are your favorite things to do?
Actually, in my off time, my favorite thing to do is to get in contact with my friends. We especially we take some time off. We take time off, and we say we need to have we call it Sela, a moment to pause and say, wow, it was a lot. Wow, we're doing a lot. But when you're taking a time to check what actually you was doing it right, or what you actually was doing it wrong. You was actually focusing yourself and to do something better, and not to do some mistake that you maybe did before. So my time off, that's one of my main things that I do, to take time with God, and then to take time with myself and say, I doing it right? Asking the Holy Spirit, I doing it right? And trying my best to do it better next time.
So, do you play video games? And if you do, what is your favorite one?
Wow. Right now, because I'm kind of busy, my job is kind of busy because I'm doing a lot. But sometimes I go to the phone, I check some video games, and I love to play some like simple games. They come into the play, and you play a little bit, jumping, and, Mario Bro. I remember Mario Bro was my favorite. But no that many games right now.
Okay. Now, can you tell me that one story? Remember, this is a kid's show. So that one story, that you're not supposed to tell me about. Come on, you can tell me.
Oh, wow, because I kind of old now. I have a lot of age now. So going all the way back. In one story that I had to tell you. It's hard for me to thinking, but I had a dream one time, and then maybe this is no kids maybe don't relate with us, but I have a dream that I was in a big stage. And in that stage, I saw heaven open and raining like a gold. And I saw millions of people, and people say, hallelujah. And I was 12 years old. 12 years old, and I say, maybe one day I'm going to do that one day. And then watching with my own eyes, now doing it is like, wow. Maybe it's like you see that dream like, oh yeah, something, something simple, and then, but it's not simple, it's because God have a purpose in my life, and it was something powerful, as a child. Many people that knew me as a child, they can say, wow, she's there because she dreamed it when she was a little girl, and now she can see it.
Was there anything else you think my listeners should know about you and what you do?
Well, I do a lot, liaison, reporters, National Day for Prayers, I do in the community. I have my own company, Genari Media. We do, media. We do a lot of events, activities in the city. And then that's my main job, that we can connect people, that we can make people to feel better, that we can, let people know that Jesus is real and he can transform and change your life forever.
We'll do a Facebook or a website for my listeners who want to follow you.
Yes, I have a Facebook. My Facebook is Hidekel Griffin. Hidekel is Hidekel, and Griffin Griffin. Hidekel Griffin, or we say in Spanish, Hidekel Griffin. And then, yes, you can find me in all social media. I am there. Or you can go to CFAN Latino, and you can find more about us, about CFAN Latino, in every platform.
Well, what is that one question that you think I forgot to ask you?
One question that I think that you forgot to ask me is how I can transform the world.
How can you transform the world?
Yes.
How can you?
So the way that I can transform the world is to sharing about the gospel. You may be saying, oh, Heidi, you talk about the gospel so much about Jesus. But that's the way that I grew up. That's the way, especially knowing that you have all the tools in your hands to change people's life. You have all the things in your hands to allow people to hear about the Lord. And then that's the way that you can transform the world. The way that you can transform the world is knowing about Jesus. Have a time with the Lord. This is a children's shows, or a lot of children listen to the shows. But having your time with Jesus and dreaming with him what he has for you, that can transform the world. That can transform your community. That can transform your city. Going to over 20 countries, that was my dream. But you don't have to go and be missionary for over 20 countries. You can do it in your community. You can support the community. You can cleanse the community. You can do, doing something special in the community. So thinking about that.
Well, thank you, Heidi, for being on as a guest. Can you stick around for Math Corners?
What? Say one more time. What is that Math Corners?
It's the next thing that we're gonna do. It's basically I answer a math problem.
Okay, I did it a long time ago. Okay, go for.
Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today, and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810.
Tiberius' favorite subject, it's Math Corners!
Now it's time for Math Corners. Thank you so much, Heidi, for helping me with Math Corners. This week, we're going to solve multi-step word problems, and my dad is always going to find new problems for me to solve. Today, we're talking about a community fundraiser. Oh, okay. Well, a community fundraiser event has 3 different activities: a raffle, a bake sale, and a game booth. 90 people participated in the raffle. The bake sale had 40 more participants than the raffle. And the game booth had half as many participants as the bake sale. So what is the total number of participants at the fundraiser?
Ouch. You went so fast, so I don't have the answer.
Well, first is the real-world problem because, well, lots of people go to fundraisers, but usually they know how many people are there. Well, first you have to figure out how many people did each event. So we can start with the bake sale. That had 40 more than the raffle, which is 90. So 90 plus 40 is 130. So that's pretty easy. Now I have the game booth, which is half of the bake sale. So 130 divided by 2 is 65 people. So now I have to add them all together. 90 plus 130 is 222. And I have to add the 65, and you get 285 total people at the fundraiser. So, Heidi, do you ever have to solve crazy math problems that assume some people don't participate in 2 or more events?
Not really.
Well, my teacher said that I would use math every day. How do you use math with your work?
We actually don't use math. We do is just gathering all the numbers together, and I don't do math. Somebody else do the math. I said it right. And that person put all the numbers together, and that's how we actually know how many salvation we have in every event.
Well, thank you so much, Heidi, for your help with Math Corners.
Thank you.
And now it's time for the Heart of the Lion. As you know, we talk about the qualities of living by the Heart of the Lion, which stands for leadership, integrity, obedience, and ability. This week, we're going to talk about integrity. For me, I think integrity is doing what is right, even when no one else is looking. Qualities of integrity is honesty, sincerity, truthfulness, and fairness. Last weekend at my friend Emily's board game party, I saw what integrity really looks like. We were playing code names, and it was a super close game. My friend Jake was the spy master, and he gave a clue that accidentally broke the rules by referencing one of the words directly. Nobody noticed it at first, and his team guessed the right word because of it, giving them a big lead. But instead of letting it slide, Jake stopped the game and admitted his mistake. It meant losing the turn and giving the other team an advantage. But he didn't even hesitate. Watching that made me realize how important it is to be honest, even when it's hard. Jake's team didn't end up winning, but everyone respected him so much for doing the right things. Well, Heidi, do you play board games?
I used to.
Ooh. So, of all of the Heart of the Lion virtues, leadership, integrity, obedience, nobility, which is the one that you see the most?
Honesty. It's so important to be honest, with people. We want to do the job right, and we want to do things correctly. So that's one of my favorite things to do is be honest. And integrity is important, of course, but honesty is something that can actually bring you to another level, because you actually being honest with others can bring you to another level.
We should always try to be lion strong in everything we do, shouldn't we?
We should.
And that's our show, folks. I want to thank the one, the only, the amazing Heidi Griffin for being on my show. It has been so much fun talking to you today. I think we learned a lot about your work as a liaison of Christ for all nations, as well as being a reporter for FNN. Do you mind giving your social media and website again?
Of course, I can give you my social media is Hidekel Griffin, all the platform in has a CFAN Latino, or you can go to Cry for All Nations and all the platforms and social media.
Well, also, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at The Tiberius Show, and I would like to thank WWMPR 1490 AM, K1988, Soul Radio 24/7, Easy Way TV, and all of the other stations that air my show. Now, please be sure to visit The Tiberius Show on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Hey, Heidi, are you subscribed yet?
Unsubscribe.
Sweet. Oh, and be sure to leave me a comment if you want to work as a liaison. Well, I answer all the comments myself, and also be sure to watch next week on The Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy.